Welcome back to the historic Muncie Fieldhouse. We are 3 games into the inaugural Muncie City of Champions tournament. Now only 2 teams remain. It's the Muncie Central Bearcats taking on the Greenfield Central Cougars. We thank you for joining us on this Saturday evening. Charlie Maurer alongside Andrew Willett and Drew Hankins, Muncie Burris student. And we got 2 teams going on right now in the championship, both impressive performances in their first matchups. Before we really dive in to these matchups, we'll talk about the impact players for both of these teams. We'll start on the Muncie Central side and BJ Isom.
BJ Isom, you said it, the Muncie Meets Player of the Day from our first game of the day. 12 points all in the fourth quarter, really impressive. You know, he's a guy who came in averaging 3.5 points per game. Having 12 in this tournament is really impressive.
And then on the other side for Greenfield Central, it's Dylan Moles, averaging almost 19 points per game for the Cougars. His impact is absolutely insane whenever he's on the court.
You said it, 19 points a game. He's going to be able to fill it up. He's also done a rebound and is the best passer on the team. So for Moles, we're going to see him go inside, we're going to see him go outside, but like last game, if he starts off cold, don't rule him out. He could still have a big game, and might be at the perfect time coming into this evening.
Dylan Moles, a multi-dimensional player on both ends. And we'll now take a look at the scores from our other 3 games earlier today here from the Muncie Fieldhouse. Of course, we saw Muncie Central taking on Muncie Burris earlier this morning at 10 a.m. It was Muncie Central with a strong fourth quarter performance, and they ended up getting the win 62-53. Second game was at noon between Greenfield Central and South Bend Adams, and it was all Greenfield Central. They won 63-48. And then our consolation game happening just moments ago, South Bend Adams taking the third place role in the City of Champions tournament, and they beat Muncie Burris 76-50. We are now only 30 seconds away from tip-off here between the Bearcats and the Cougars. We are moments away from starting lineups as well. Muncie Central, of course, the host school for the City of Champions tournament. And as both teams are getting ready for our starting lineups, we will now send it down to our PA announcer, Brad Smith, for the announcement of both teams.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Principal Chris Walker and Athletic Director Jeff Holloway, welcome to the historic North Walnut Street Fieldhouse and Bill Harrell Court for the championship game of the City of Champions inaugural basketball invitational sponsored by Pizza King. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the guests, the Greenfield Central Cougars. At one guard, a 6'3" junior, number 3, Dylan Moles. At forward, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Joey Rowland. At guard, a 6' junior, number 14, Tyler Kirchhoff. At guard, a 6'4" freshman, number 24, Braylon Mullins. And at the other forward spot, a 6' senior, number 30, Rune Carpenter-Jones. Greenfield Central is coached by Luke Meredith. And now, Central fans, get on your feet and make some noise for your 8-time state champion, Muncie Central Bearcats. At one guard, a 6'1" junior, number 1, Daniel Harris. At the other guard, a 6' junior, number 2, Malik Hassani. At forward, a 6'4" junior, number 3, Antonio Gore. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 10, Tim Arnold. And at the other guard spot, a 5'10" senior, number 24, BJ Isom. The Bearcats are coached by Chandler Thompson, assisted by Cedric Van Leer, Malik Perry, and Blair Broussard. Tonight's officials are Mr. Robert Crisp, Mr. Jeffrey Jackson, and Mr. Shane Kinder.
The scene has been set from the historic Muncie Fieldhouse, so we are now ready for tip-off between the Greenfield Central Cougars and the Muncie Central Bearcats, excuse me. Wow. It'll be Antonio Gore along with Joey Rowland to tip us off. Both these teams strong performance in their first game earlier today. The tip is up and goes to the Bearcats, but a quick steal for Greenfield Central, and they'll take their first possession.
Muncie trying to get out and run early, and just stripped on that opening possession is Tim Arnold.
Near side to Mullins.
And Central comes out, Muncie Central that is, comes out in that 3-2 zone, it looks like. Got to move it around if you're Greenfield.
Corner three from Rowland is left short, and a quick transition for the Bearcats. Harris has it. Over to Isom. Now near side to Hassani. Far side to Harris. Hassani, top of the key. Bearcats in no hurry on offense, working against this strong defense of the Cougars. Gets it inside. Hassani's mid-range jumper is left short and taken by the Cougars. Moles down the left side and gets it off the backboard. Breaks the scoreboard for the first time tonight, and the Cougars have a 2-0 lead. A full court pressure coming from Greenfield Central. Harris over to Isom in the corner. His three-pointer is left short. Tipped around and taken by the Cougars. Over to Moles, his pull-up three. That one's no good. Rebound Hassani for the Bearcats. Hassani gets it stolen away by Moles, coast to coast and good with the left hand.
Moles with good control in transition, but for Muncie, it's going to be about controlling the basketball throughout this one. They had a lot of turnovers early, and that's why they had that early deficit against Burris. And that'll limit those turnovers if they want to hang around with Greenfield Central.
Arnold tried to break the goose egg on the scoreboard for Muncie Central, unable to do so. Greenfield Central has a chance to extend their lead. Just over 5.5 remaining in the first quarter. Dylan Moles has both baskets for the Cougars. Three-point attempt for Mullins. That one's off left and taken by the Bearcats. Arnold has it far side. Trying to get it down low to Antonio Gore, but that ball tipped away by Carpenter Jones. And actually last touched by Muncie Central. A turnover and possession back in favor of the Cougars.
Yeah, Gore didn't quite think so on that one, but the referee saw it the other way.
Isom matched up against Dylan Moles. Driving right side, skip pass to the opposite corner. Now back to Dylan Moles in the corner. Drive down the right side, but this one intercepted by Hassani. Quick transition for the Bearcats. Hassani Euro step, gets the and one, and will take a trip to the free throw line for a three-point play.
Way to get it and go for Malik Hassani. He had a great start to the last game for Muncie Central, hitting 2 threes in the first quarter. And as you can see here, picks up the steal, phenomenal Euro step, left, right, right-handed layup, and one.
Gets the free throw to fall. First 3 points for Muncie Central with 4:45 left in the first quarter. Moles top of the key, working on Isom. Swung over left side to Kirchhoff.
Greenfield Central being very intentional with what they do on offense. They're in no rush. But when they make the move, they're confident with it.
Mullins pull-up jumpers left too long, taken by the Bearcats. Up to Harris on the near side. That's Gore right inside the free throw line, but a good block by the Cougars. Now taken by Dylan Moles. Fast break attempt. Can't get the layup to fall. Moles trying to clean it up. Unable to do so. Now a scrum for the ball. Taken by Isom. Up to Arnold and good with the left hand.
Now that was a wild sequence, Charlie. A lot of back and forth, a lot of contact. Ends up in a Muncie basket.
Muncie Central takes their first lead of the ball game. Cougars with possession. Top of the key, that's Carpenter Jones. Near side to Mullins. Right corner, three from Joey Rowland is off target. Nice pass up to Antonio Gore. Can't get the reverse to fall. And the rebound taken by Dylan Moles. Whistles on the court. It's going to be a foul called on Malik Hassani as we take a look at that wild play just moments ago. A heads-up play by Harris finding the open man, Tim Arnold, able to grab the Bearcats' first lead of the evening.
And that play was started by Gore on the defensive end. He's doing all the right things around the basket, had a block on that play. But it's a couple of straight possessions here where he has been all over. Good contests, good deflections. Just needs to get it going on the offensive end.
Left side, that's Mullins. Driving baseline, but tipped away and taken by the Bearcats. Arnold gets fouled by Rune Carpenter-Jones. That's his first. It's going to be on the floor. That Muncie Central defense giving Greenfield Central some problems, just like the Bearcats did earlier today against Muncie Burris. Arnold retreats beyond the perimeter. Right wing, Hassani, deep three-pointer, rattles in for the Bearcats.
And just like he did last first quarter, a couple of three-point plays.
Defensive pressure continuing for Muncie Central. Moles, left side, mid-range shot, left short and taken by Isom. Up to Hassani, double team, trying to get it over to Arnold, but that ball is tipped out of bounds and will stay in favor of the Bearcats. 2 minutes remain in the first quarter. Muncie Central leads by 4. First substitution of the evening for the Cougars. Adam Lester comes in. Mullins will take a seat. Isom near side. Arnold right on top of that Bearcat logo. Over to Harris. 3-2 zone defense from the Cougars. Nice pass down low to Gore and gets it off the backboard.
Both teams' defense is running a zone, and so the key is to get it inside. That's what Muncie just did right there. Thin it in to right around the free throw line, creates another opening down low, and that led to the layup.
Rashawn Street checking into the game for the Cougars. Pass near side to Dylan Moles is tipped away. It will stay in favor of the Cougars. Score 10-4, Muncie Central in control. Only a minute 20 remaining in the first quarter. Moles gets it into Tyler Kirchhoff in his own backcourt. Picked up by Malik Hassani. Hand off to Adam Lester. Near side to Street. Off the back screen is Moles. Clock rolling, under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Moles down the right baseline and a reach-in foul called against Daniel Harris. With 54 seconds left in the first quarter.
Daniel Harris, that's his first.
Now before that foul, Muncie Central doing a lot of good things on the defensive end. They seem to be switching everything, getting the matchups they want.
Kirchhoff over to Moles. Back to Kirchhoff, picked up by Asani. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. That's Kirchhoff far side. Street has it, turns the corner, picks up his dribble. Now this ball completely intercepted by Tim Arnold. Central has possession. He's double teamed. Into the corner is Isom, down the baseline. Tipped around and taken by Street all by himself and gets the right-handed layup to fall.
Street for two, Rashawn Street.
Asani a quick three-pointer. Tipped behind him. 4 seconds left. Greenfield Central with possession, but they lose it. And the buzzer will sound. And that will do it for the first quarter. A slow-paced first quarter between both of these teams. Muncie Central with the 4-point lead, 10-6. Both these teams wanting the Muncie City of Champions tournament trophy, and a strong finish from Street.
Inside me satisfied by just one thing, so I run to the phone and dial the number for Pizza King. I'm gonna ring the king. The king delivers. I'm gonna ring the king. An incredibly delicious royal feast pizza on the best crust you ever tasted. Ring the king. Pizza King.
The national leader in sports media and production is in Ball State's College of Communication, Information, and Media. SportsLink is developing the next generation of creative storytellers and producers. The best stories in Ball State sports and live productions to ESPN platforms from day one. This is Ball State SportsLink.
You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you first hear the chirp. When you look to Frog Baby for luck and Beneficence for guidance. You're a Ball State Cardinal when you chase your dreams, present your case, and win. When the university you call home is small enough to be a community, but big enough to change the world. You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you're one of us. We are Ball State University. We fly.
We now welcome you courtside. Charlie Merrill alongside Andrew Willett. Drew Hankins as well. Muncie Central with the early lead after the first quarter. We will now check on the third member of our crew, Madison Surface.
Thanks, guys. You know, today we've mentioned the historic Muncie Fieldhouse in all of our broadcasts, and if you look around this gym, you'll see multiple state banners. Muncie Central has actually been to the state championship 15 times, winning 8 of those games and coming up runner-up 7 of those games. So you can definitely see that they have a lot of history riding on their shoulders tonight.
$15 total state championship appearances for Muncie Central. That's the most in Indiana State history, winning 8 of those. The last time they won was in 1988, where the head coach of the Bearcats, Chandler Thompson, was actually a part of that team before he went on to continue his career at Ball State. A lot of history that comes with Muncie Central.
It's a great place to play a basketball game, and really a treasure for Muncie Central to be able to come here and play every game.
So after 1 quarter of play, it's the Bearcats who hold a 4-point lead, but it's the Cougars who have possession to start the second quarter. Owen Anderson checks into the game for the first time for Greenfield Central. Nice back cut from Moles and gets the easy right-handed layup to fall off the backboard.
Now that was a set play from Luke Meredith. He saw Central putting the pressure on, knew that a backdoor would work.
Good hands from Moles, saved though by Hassani. Childress trying to find Harris in the left corner, but that ball tipped, last touched by Muncie Central. Turnover for the Bearcats. Greenfield Central with possession.
Charlie, I talked earlier about Greenfield Central not being in a rush. It's Muncie making them kind of get in a hurry out here as they turn it over again.
Can't get the layup to fall, but was fouled from behind. Malik Hassani will go to the line for 2 shots. The aggressive defense continues to pay off for the Bearcats. Good look here from our production crew. Just left that finger roll short, but still a chance to add on to this Central lead.
And thanks to our unofficial first half stats from Drew Hankins, we can see that it's about their 4th turnover for Greenfield Central, and we know that's the 2nd steal from Malik Hassani. Couple of big plays, able to add to his big first quarter.
Hassani gets both the fall. Coming into tonight, 82% from the free throw line, averaging around 12 points per game. Cougars trying to respond, but the Bearcats defense continues to give them fits. Ball tipped out of bounds, last touched by Central.
The active hands by Central. And you just got guys out there willing to hustle, and they are locked in on defense.
Moles in the left corner, out to Mullins for the deep 3. That one's left short and taken by Childress. Tipped around. Childress has it left side and gets the basket to fall, takes the contact from Braylon Mullins and extends this Bearcat lead.
Childress able to track down that ball and still have the composure to finish.
And it was Dylan Moles on that last play trying to get a little sneaky with the no-look pass, but results in a turnover. Good look here by Jayon Childress. As we have a timeout on the floor coming from the Greenfield Central side. Right now, Muncie Central leading 14-8, and really the story has been the defense so far for the Bearcats.
No question, they have been all out. You know, we talked about their pressure against Burris. They were really getting after the ball handler, but here they've kind of sat off and tried to get into those passing lanes against Greenfield Central, and it's worked. We've seen quite a few steals. I think they're up to four steals, and that's caused 5 turnovers for Greenfield Central. So they're getting in those passing lanes and forcing Greenfield Central to rush on offense. And when you can't get it done on offense, it's not going to lead to good things on defense either.
Muncie Central coming into this game 3-9, and their record doesn't necessarily show the potential of this team. Just last night they took on Arsenal Tech, one of the better teams in the state of Indiana, and only lost by 3 points. And then you saw the fantastic effort from Muncie Central earlier today as they came back from an 8-point deficit in the fourth quarter, a 13-point deficit in the second half, and knocked off their rivals from across town, the Muncie Burris Owls.
Charlie, I got a chance to talk with Chandler Thompson. He said that at this point they're still trying to turn their season around. A really close loss last night against a good Arsenal Tech team. And then today, a chance to double their win total as they're up to 3.
Cougar possession off of the missed layup from Shaka Griffith. Moles matched up by Harris. He has it left corner. Good find, short corner to Braylon Mullins and gets that mid-range jumper to fall.
Now Mullins, a freshman at 6'4", that's an impressive frame, and he's got a good shot, according to head coach Luke Meredith. He's going to be a player to watch for years to come.
Childress over to Hassani. That one's way offline. Childress tries to save it, but his foot was out of bounds. And possession will be in favor of the Cougars. Muncie Central, that is, still with a 4-point lead. As we take a look at that last pass from Dylan Moles and a good jump shot from Braylon Mullins, cutting their deficit only to 4.
The junior and freshman connection will have another year next year, but hopefully looking to capitalize this season as well.
Mullins down the left baseline, but a whistle before the shot goes up. It's going to be on the floor against Muncie Central. The foul's going to go on Jayon Childress.
That's his third on the team. Substitution, Dylan Moles returns to the lineup for the Cougars.
3 team fouls for Muncie Central. That's Childress' first foul of the evening. Inbound to Moles, left side.
And the Cougars just content to control until they find their spots. As Mullins misses the jumper.
Brady McNabb comes into the game for the first time, trying to find Arnold on the near side, but deflected out of bounds, last touched by Dylan Moles for the Cougars.
McNabb last time was really had some heart, played with a lot of hustle, and you need players like that. As I was talking about last game, we're going to see if he can make a big impact in the championship as well.
Arnold on the far side. Childress top of the key, thinks about the 3. Near side to McNabb. Couple of steps inside the 3-point line. His jumper's left long and taken by the Cougars. Near side, that's Mullins. Down the middle of the floor, but a traveling violation called against Braylon Mullins before his drive down the lane. A turnover for the Cougars. And Muncie Central will have a chance to extend their lead.
Charlie, we see a few too many of those turnovers in high school basketball. We've seen a few too many today as well. Just moving your feet before you take off. It's gonna lead to a turnover every time.
Arnold on the far side. Skip pass over to McNabb in the left corner. Arnold left alone on the left wing, and that one's way offline this time as well. And shots not falling for either team right now, which is completely different from what we saw in those first 2 games. A lot of scoring for both of these teams in their first outing earlier today, but the complete opposite as there's 3.5 remaining in the first half and only 24 combined points.
Well, Charlie, it's a long day. A couple of games, one early in the morning to afternoon and one late in the evening. You're going to get pretty tired by the end of it, and we might see both teams try to slow it down a little bit.
Princeton Young comes into the game for the first time for Muncie Central. Owen Anderson into the ball game as well for the Cougars. Left side, Moles left alone. His 3-pointer's too long. Offensive rebound for the Cougars. Down the right side is Rowland. Back out to Moles. Down the left side, nice pass down low to Rowland and an easy layup for the 6'1" senior forward.
Yeah, we mentioned his 19 points a game, but also averaging 3 assists per game to lead the Cougars, and that was an impressive pass. We've seen a couple of those today.
Young down low to Shaka Griffin. Left that shot just a bit too hard off the backboard. Taken by the Cougars the other way. Moles down the lane, but a foul called on the floor before the shot. That'll be Muncie Central's 4th team foul of the half.
That's his first, 4 on the team.
And the Cougars will inbound under their own basket. DJ Isom into the ball game. Brady McNabb will take a seat. And Malik Hassani will come in. Jayon Childress will go to the bench. Hassani intercepts the inbound. Turnover for the Cougars. Hassani over to Princeton Young. They'll retreat and set up the offense for the Bearcats. 2.5 remaining in the first half.
Now they gotta get the ball inside. Shaka Griffin's gotta be a bigger, make a bigger presence in there.
Daniel Harris, his top of the key three is too long, but offensive rebound for Princeton Young. Near corner, Hassani. His three-pointer won't go either. Taken by the Cougars, trying to either tie or take the lead with 2 minutes left in the first half. Near side to Anderson, matched up by Young. Back out to Moles. Moles driving on Harris. Nice jump step. And now a traveling violation called on Dylan Moles. So not a nice jump step. Instead, a turnover for Greenfield Central. And once again, Muncie Central has the opportunity to extend their lead.
Both teams struggling, both from a shooting perspective and handling the basketball.
You have to wonder if exhaustion is coming into play. As Isom's three-pointer can't fall. And now a scrum for the ball down low. 2 Cougars end up on the floor along with Shaka Griffin, and a foul called against Griffin. That'll be the Bearcats' 5th team foul. The minute 26 left in the first half.
And when you put Shaka Griffin into the game, that's what you want to see. Him attacking the offensive glass and hustling out there, because that's what he does best. And that time just a little too over-aggressive.
Antonio Gore into the game for Shaka Griffin. Moles down the middle of the lane. And before the shot, he was fouled by the Bearcats. This time by B.J. Isom. And they're going to say actually it was in the process of the shot, so Dylan Moses will have a chance to tie this game at 14. And the first free throw falls.
First free throws of the game for Greenfield Central. We said it. So far, so good from the free throw line for both teams. But much different from field goals and three-point shots.
Full court pressure from the Cougars. Antonio Gore left all alone in the middle of the floor. Gets the right-hand floater to fall. Central back up by 2.
Great defense by McNabb. And McNabb just being a pest all over Moles.
Stolen by the Bearcats, but taken right back by the Cougars, and an easy layup for Jolie Rowland. This game is tied at 16. Quick transition for the Bearcats. Princeton Young on the near side. Swung over to Daniel Harris. 13 seconds remain in the first half. And they'll hold for the last shot. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Harris down the left side, loses it. Up to Moles, won't be able to get the shot off. And that will do it for the first half of play. A slow defensive game between both of these teams. The score after one half, 16-16. But this jumper from Braylon Mullins helped
just one thing, so I run to the phone and dial the number for Pizza King. I'm gonna ring the king. The king delivers. I'm gonna ring the king. An incredibly delicious royal feast pizza on the best crust you ever tasted. Ring the king. Pizza King.
The national leader in sports media and production is in Ball State's College of Communication, Information, and Media. Sports Link is developing the next generation of creative storytellers and producers. The best stories in Ball State sports and live productions to ESPN platforms from day one. This is Ball State Sports Link.
You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you first hear the chirp. When you look to Frog Baby for luck and beneficence for guidance. You're a Ball State Cardinal when you chase your dreams, present your case, and win. When the university you call home is small enough to be a community, but big enough to change the world. You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you're one of us. We are Ball State University. We fly.
And welcome back to the historic Muncie Fieldhouse, where the score is 16-16. We had an awards ceremony before this game where Dylan Moles, a standout player from Greenfield Central, and BJ Isom from Muncie Central both won academic awards. And then later on in the awards ceremony, Greenfield Central's very own Braylon Mullins and Muncie Central's Shaka Griffin both won community service awards, just proving that these athletes not only take their game on the court seriously, but also take their personal lives out as well. And speaking of Shaka Griffin, SportsLink was able to sit down and have a conversation with Shaka about not only sports, but life outside. Let's look more into this.
I come in every day if I train. I don't like anybody at working me at all or anything. So like we can be having a coloring contest. I don't want you to beat me. I'm real competitive, so everything I do, I'm gonna work my hardest to try to beat you or outlift you or beat you in a race. Whatever we do, I'm gonna work hard at it. And try to make each day better than what it was the previous day. And that's what we go by every day, and that's what we do. My parents, they put me in sports when I was in kindergarten, football, basketball, swimming, all types of stuff, and I ended up falling in love with football and basketball, and I just stuck with it. Me and Coach Chang go back to when I was a little kid, and it was like you're welcome here anytime you want to. If you don't play, I'm still here for you. If you do play, let's work. It was just like, and I couldn't leave the guys. I've been playing all 4 years with the same people, so it's like I'm playing my last year.
Overall, he's a great kid. I think he wants the best for everyone. I think that he put others before himself. And with his football mentality like he played here, he just want to put everybody on his back and make sure we can get a win.
My dad, me and him share a lot of different things. He played basketball and football. I do the same. We just got the same hobbies pretty much.
He's a junior for a reason, so I mean, he's dead on his dad. His dad is big in his life.
Me and my mom have a different type of relationship, so it's like if I want something or need something, I will go straight to her. If my dad's on me, had a bad game, I work hard enough, I'm gonna go to her. But yeah, really all close as a family.
Shaka would do anything without the approval of his dad and with his mom too. So I just think that both parents have been very influential in his life. I think it's great, what I've seen and what I've watched as a kid. Little Shaka is always trying to be like Big Shaka.
When my uncle died, that turned a different switch, and it made me grind harder and work for him and be the man I am today. He's a real funny guy, so he had seen me, had pushed me around, and I really couldn't do anything because he was bigger than me. But I always told him once I got big, that's gonna stop. He played a real big role. So my dad and everybody else I talked to say he was real good at football, and he basically me before me, and he always told me if I keep my head on straight and do what I gotta do to get my grades, everything will be all right, and I could make it big one day. So that stuck with me, and that's why I keep doing what I'm doing. I chose Ball State because Coach New, Coach Lynch, they've been knowing me since my sophomore year. They were one of the first ones to talk to me. They just helped me feel like Ball State was a perfect fit for me, and it's not far from home at all. Every time I come in there, they try to put something to do with football in the basketball, so we condition it, and they say, do everything, be aggressive in there, do everything you do, because everything's going to translate to when I get to Ball State. You get in there, you can maybe earn you a spot, get on the field, do whatever you got to do.
He's done all. He's done all. I mean, he got out on the court, and he's going to play. He's going to give you all what he has out there until he's gassed. And I think that's the football side of him. But in basketball, he's trying his best to make sure that, like today we had some sprints to do, and one of the teammates was just half doing it, and he went and got on him and told him, hey, pick this up. You making the whole team run because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Last year he wouldn't have done it.
You got to go to the next game, the next play, the next practice. You got to go day by day. You can't think about what happened previous day or the last game or last practice. You got to go day by day and make that day better than the last one.
All right, Drew, but staff, got a lot of really slow pace.
Pizza King, I'm gonna ring the king. The king delivers, I'm gonna ring the king. An incredibly delicious royal feast pizza on the best crust you ever tasted. Ring the king, Pizza King.
The national leader in sports media and production is in Ball State's College of Communication, Information, and Media. Sports Link is developing the next generation of creative storytellers and producers. The best stories in Ball State sports and live productions to ESPN platforms from day one. This is Ball State Sports Link.
You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you first hear the chirp. When you look to Frog Baby for luck and beneficence for guidance. You're a Ball State Cardinal when you chase your dreams, present your case, and win. When the university you call home is small enough to be a community, but big enough to change the world. You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you're one of us. We are Ball State University. We fly.
The halftime score 16-16, just moments away from second half action. I'm Andrew Willett, and now joined alongside Drew Hankins as Charlie Maurer is going to step off. But we are ready for some second half action. Let's take a look at some of these highlights, Drew, and get through the first half stats presented by Integrity Fulfillment Services, a value-added company providing packaging of materials, full inspections, and audits. Drew, let's hear some of those first half stats.
So Central from the field is shooting not very efficiently. They're looking at 6 for 19 from the field. And Greenfield Central is really dictating their pace right now.
We've seen some issues from three as well, Drew. Let's hear what those numbers were.
They're shooting for a 1 for 6 clip from the field. And that is definitely not what they want to be sitting at, especially after that Burris game when they were shooting pretty hot.
And we saw from our first couple of matchups that the three-point shot's going to be very important, as well as taking care of the basketball. Some of those turnover numbers, let's hear them.
Yeah, so Central has 7 turnovers, which is not looking very good, but Greenfield Central actually has 9, which is looking even worse. But I really think the key aspect of this, both teams are sitting around that 5-6 steals, Greenfield Central with 5 and Central with 6. So really it's going to be just about controlling the ball and not throwing it away, giving the other team free possessions.
Well, and it's been a defensive battle, like you just said. We're getting into this one. A lot of steals, and it's forcing a lot of turnovers. It's going to come down to who can be a little less sloppy with the basketball and who's going to hit shots when it matters most, I think.
Yeah, and Greenfield Central without a made three-pointer. That is definitely a key thing to watch in this second half.
So we get started. The Bearcats have the basketball, immediately turn it over back the other way. Fouled on the shot, Rune Carpenter-John. As he's going to get to the free throw line, but not what you want to see if you are Muncie Central.
Yeah, them being able to get out and run is really not what Central's been wanting. They've really wanted to slow them down, make them play their type of basketball, which is not what that possession was.
Add another turnover to the stat sheet, making that Muncie Central's 8th, as Roon unable to get that first free throw to go. He'll get one more. And goes 0 for 2 at the stripe as the rebound comes away to Antonio Gore.
Yeah, and those were the first missed free throws of the game. That's a big thing to watch.
You said it, Drew. Hey, those free throws down the stretch are going to be crucial. As a shot no good from Daniel Harris. Back comes Kirchhoff, and Kirchhoff will slow it down for Greenfield.
Yeah, and this is where Central thrives. They want to keep you playing their type of basketball. They want to get inside of those lanes, and they want to pick those balls off.
There, it looks like a flop on the play as the drive no good on the first attempt, but the second one up and in from Mullins. That's really an impressive take from the freshman. 3 coming up from the corner, no good, Tim Arnold. Greenfield Central gets it, but again, back the other way. We've seen quite a few plays like that as Daniel Harris almost puts in an acrobatic layup. Greenfield tries to get out and run, but a whistle, and the foul's going to be called against Muncie Central.
Yeah, Greenfield's really trying to push the pace so far early in the second half. That's going to be key for the Bearcats to try to stop that.
Trying to push the pace as we didn't see a lot of scoring in that first half. But Mullins, no good on his corner 3. Rebound Harris, he will quickly go the other way. Daniel Harris came into the day as the leading scorer for the Bearcats at 12.7 points per game, making an impact to start the second half. Step back 3, that one's in and out from Moles. Rebound Gore. Hassani now. In transition, rebound Carpenter-Roon. So we're back and forth to start the third quarter. 18-18. He's driving the layup up and in. Mullins making his presence known.
And that didn't have quite the outcome that they wanted there, but that was some good defense by Central. They stayed with their man. Oh, there's another turnover there.
Good defense both ways as up comes Mullins as he gets fouled on the layup attempt. 5.5 to go in the third.
Personal foul on Antonio Gore. That's his first. Third on the team.
Mullins. So he will step up to the stripe. Or Moles, excuse me. A 93% free throw shooter as he's able to put the first one down. Drew, that's pretty good mark, I'd say.
That definitely is not a guy that you would want to send to the line, especially in a clutch situation.
So he's able to knock both down. And Greenfield Central able to get out to their largest lead of the night. As down goes Hassani, Carpenter-Roon all over that jump ball. Possession arrow's gonna go to the Cougars. As they regain possession with their 4-point lead. You get another look. Hassani just unable to hold on to the basketball. Sits out a corner 3 coming up. Korkoff no good. Offensive rebound and 1. Moles, and so far it has been all Greenfield Central.
Basket's good for Moles. Foul on the play by
Yeah, Greenfield Central with a 6-point lead, even without a single made three-pointer.
It's a tipped out corner three on the other end. McNabb, no good for Muncie. Fighting after the offensive glass, they're going to need to get a few hustle points as another three up and in. Dylan Moles piling it on as we're up to a 9-point lead. And finally, we're going to get a timeout from Muncie Central. As Dylan Moles, after the three-point play, puts in the three-pointer from the corner. And Drew, you have to like what you're seeing if you are Greenfield Central. What are they doing well out of the gate here in the third quarter?
Yeah, they're really pushing that pace. Central really dictated the pace in the first half, and they're not letting them do it so far. They've been spreading the ball out very well. They've been getting some good looks from three. Only one has went in, but they've had a lot of very quality shots.
And Drew, you said it. They are taking control of the game. Head coach Luke Meredith had to have stressed that at halftime, as he told me before the game. Their motto, their team motto, bring the juice. That means play with energy and effort in everything that they do. And so far, they are bringing that juice here in the third quarter, up to a 9-point lead over Muncie Central. They call the timeout. Drew, what do they need to do come time to get back into this basketball game?
They just need to start hustling. They've looked tired out there in the first few minutes, and they have not looked like the same team that we saw this morning.
It's a steal. Here comes Carpenter-Roon. Shot goes up, but a foul. No, it looks like they might have called a travel on that one. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. Hassani across the half-court line for Central. Muncie Central, that is. Good pressure coming out from Greenfield Central. And a 1-3-1 trap forces the turnover. Back comes Moles. Kirchhoff thought about a three, now swinging the ball around. Good hands from Hassani.
Yeah, and they just got to keep in those passing lanes. They've been doing a good job in the first half of staying in there, knocking a few of those away, but they've gotten away from it early in this third quarter.
Well, and Drew, it's not like we haven't seen Muncie Central get back into a game, as Moles no good on his mid-range jump shot. As Hassani falls to the floor, foul going to be called against Mullins in pursuit of that offensive rebound. It's gonna be the second foul against Mullins. But Drew, as I was saying, not the first time this Muncie Central team is making a comeback.
Yeah, this Central
today.
team, it's very scrappy. They have played good defense, and that leads to a lot of turnovers and a lot of fast break points.
At one point, they trailed against Burris this morning by 14 points. They're looking at a 9-point deficit right now as we're under 4 in the third quarter. And they're going to call a travel against Daniel Harris as he was able to get a good look inside. Just not able to get it to go. Turnover's a problem for both teams, but more so for Central in the third quarter. Moles will catch and fire. That one just long. Here's another foul called against Mullins, and I believe that will be his third foul.
And that right there is exactly what the Bearcats need to get back into this game. Shaka Griffin really this morning had an amazing game. He was just in there with that big frame, that running back frame, just fighting. And honestly, we haven't seen very much of it tonight.
See if he can insert some energy for the Bearcats. Now they have the ball trying to go up against this 1-3-1 zone. Pitch out. They'll try and get a 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound comes to Moles. That was DeMarcus Cole on the missed 3. Some of his first minutes this evening. Chertoff will fire. That 3 won't count as we did a moving screen, I believe. And not very happy is Adam Lester. He picks up the foul. And Central will have the basketball. Inside, Cole, pitch out. Let's see if he can get some cross-court passes. As the 1-3-1 giving Muncie Central some problems. As way to get a hand in there. And up the other way for the left-handed layup is Rashawn Street. And another steal. This one poked away again by Street. And Street unable to finish in transition, but staying after that offensive board. Rashawn Street picking up the steal. Putting in the left-handed layup and then pitching up a steal right after that, giving possession again to the Cougars. We'll do a couple of substitutions as Daniel Harris and Princeton Young check out. Shotha Griffin fighting with Dylan Moles for that loose ball. I think they called a foul, or maybe it just out of bounds off Greenfield Central. And another turnover for the Bearcats. That one looked to be off the face, and then the other way. This time tipped away by the Bearcats. You did a look as it was DeMarcus Cole unable to handle it.
Yeah,
and just another turnover.
That's what we're starting to see here from Central. They're starting to get very, very tired and just making a lot of mental mistakes. I mean, you got to be watching the ball, or you got to say something to your teammate. You can't just throw the ball to them without them looking. That's always going to result in another turnover.
Dylan Moles attached and fouled on the floor as he threw up a lefty layup that went in, but the foul will be on the floor. Looks like it's against Xavier Cook. Into the corner, Moles, guarded by McNabb. We're looking at an 11-point game. As Moles comes off the screen, unable to catch it in the left corner. Yet another nearly a mental mistake for the Bearcats as they are struggling to just get it past the half-court line. And once they do, it's not much better. Another steal. And the Cougars tack on a 13-point lead. And with a minute to go, it's going to be Greenfield Central talking things over. And so you got to be pretty happy if you're Luke Meredith, picking up a 13-point lead, 31-18 with 59.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Drew, if you are Chandler Thompson, you can see just not able to get the ball across half court, and once they do, like I said, not much better. Drew, what do they need to do against this 1-3-1 zone?
Yeah, they got to find a way to break it. Honest, just swinging the ball around, that's probably your best chance, but they have not been able to do that because of this Greenfield defense. They've been jumping into the passing lanes. They've been playing very, very strong defense, even inside.
And we saw both of these squads play tough games early this morning and afternoon. Coming into tonight, they were might be a little bit tired, Drew, as we did into the evening game. And so that first half, real slow pace. Neither team really jumping out in front. And it looks like Greenfield Central decided to just change things up, while Muncie Central maybe did not get the memo.
It almost makes you wonder if that comeback win took a lot out of them, because Greenfield Central had a very, very big win in that first game, and Central had to fight back in their first game. They did not have a very, very strong lead.
And up over the top. That's a great pump fake by DeMarcus Cole. Let's see. No, that was Joey Rowland. He might have been going to block that three-point shot in the corner.
Yeah,
but just gets up, showing that toughness for Greenfield Central as we get down to the last 48 seconds of the third quarter. They've been battling all day long. And it looks like Joey Rowland just fine after the fall. The scary one on our end.
Yeah, glad to see him get back up. That looked like a very scary fall. Seen lots of those plays go different ways.
But it will stay with Muncie Central, as I believe it's Shaka Griffin has yet another turnover. And back the other way comes Rowland, going up for the shot, and he is fouled. Almost fell again as he runs through a couple of cameramen. And 35 seconds, another trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's the 7th foul on the Bearcats early on in this, or late in this third quarter.
And able to finally hit a three-pointer here in the third quarter, but the offensive explosion, I think, really came from the defense, Drew.
Yeah, you don't really need to hit three-pointers when you're getting easy layups in transition.
As 1 for 2 at the line, a three from McNabb. No good for Brady McNabb. Just 1 three-pointer made for Muncie Central, on the other hand. As another turnover, and up the other way, Rashawn Street fouled on his transition layup.
Yeah, and yet another foul on a quick transition. Got to think Central, if Central's going to get back into this ball game, they're going to have to try to limit those transitions.
Street, the senior, 6-foot senior for Greenfield Central. First free throw, no good. Second one, up and in for Street. And someone's got to figure out this zone for Muncie Central, as they did it across the timeline. Instantly into a trap. They are missing open guys underneath. Shaka Griffin has to make himself more available. As Greenfield Central all over the place defensively. The hustle is there. They did out in transition. Leads to a huge end of the third quarter. A 15-point victory, 33-18 the score, heading to the fourth quarter.
To Newcastle and across East Central Indiana, a 4-pronged golden yellow crown can be seen glowing from the street. Pizza King is proud to be celebrating 60 years as your local pizza shop.
As Hoosiers, we like our pizza cut in squares, our toppings to the edge, and our feasts to always be royal. In a time when community is more important than ever, we are honored to be part of yours. Visit pizzaking.com to find your hometown Pizza King.
The national leader in sports media and production is in Ball State's College of Communication, Information, and Media. SportsLink is developing the next generation of creative storytellers and producers. The best stories in Ball State sports and live productions to ESPN platforms from day one. This is Ball State SportsLink.
You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you first hear the chirp. When you look to Frog Baby for luck and beneficence for guidance. You're a Ball State Cardinal when you chase your dreams, present your case, and win. When the university you call home is small enough to be a community, but big enough to change the world. You know you're a Ball State Cardinal when you're one of us. We are Ball State University. We fly.
33-18 our score. Now time to toss it over to the third member of our crew, Madison Surface.
Well, as you can see here, we've got pajama night, and Muncie Central is electric. With the late start to the game, they decided to dress comfy in the hopes of hammering out a win and getting a good night's sleep. Let's take a look at the fans.
The student section for Muncie Central alive and well. On the basketball floor though, struggling so far as a 15-point deficit they face as they start the fourth quarter. Drew, what do we need to see better from the Muncie Central Bearcats?
Well, really on both ends, they are very much so lacking. Their offense cannot break that trap. They've got to find a way to find those open men down in the paint. If you have two people on one person on defense, there's got to be someone open down there. And they're starting to get those takeaways, and as they get the takeaways, Greenfield Central's been able to get the fast break points.
Now the Bearcats. See if they can do anything different, and not a great start to the fourth quarter. Another turnover for Muncie Central. And now a part of this phenomenal tournament here in Muncie Central's historic, iconic gymnasium, the Fieldhouse. We have gotten to partner with students from both Muncie Burris and Muncie Central. Drew Hankins, of course, one of those students. I'm going to toss it over to him for a little bit of play-by-play as we get through this fourth quarter.
And thank you, Andrew. All right, so Central will take the ball out. They got to find a way to break this trap right here. So number 2, Owen Anderson, will bring the ball up the court. And a traveling violation called, Tim Arnold.
Starting the fourth quarter, back-to-back turnovers, not what you want to see. And instantly a timeout after the fourth quarter break.
Yeah, and a very quick timeout called. Got to think that's not a good sign for Central after those back-to-back turnovers.
Well, Drew, I think they're going to need to toss some things over here after those turnovers. They're throwing back the starters. They only scored 2 points in that third quarter. Getting out to this 15-point deficit. Greenfield Central all over it.
Yeah, and those 8 fouls are really going to hurt the Bearcats really soon, because they're going to have to try to get back into this game and not be able to foul.
Quite a few fouls so far. as Muncie Central not able to really get inside and not able to prevent Greenfield Central from getting anything they want at the basket so far.
And we have 7 minutes and 24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter as the Bearcats trail 18-33 against the Greenfield Central. And so Greenfield Central will take the ball out of bounds. And with a full court press put on by the Bearcats. Ball goes into number 3, Dylan Moles. And Dylan Moles takes it up past the half-court line. Yeah, Central's playing pretty good defense right now. We'll see how that turns out. Number Adam Lester gets it to fall.
Good pressure defense by Muncie Central, but unable to stop them from getting to where they want around the basket.
That's a good finish there by Antonio Gore right off the offensive rebound. Probably going to have to see a lot more of that based off how many missed field goals they have here in this second half. Joey rolling with the ball. And Braylon Mullins dribbling it around. Dishes it off to Adam Lester. And Joey Rowling gets it to fall off the offensive rebound. And Malik Hassani brings it up. Dishes it off to BJ Isom. And a three-pointer falls for Daniel Harris.
Daniel Harris with a lot of confidence on that shot from the corner. See if Muncie Central can bring back that magic from last fourth quarter.
And Dylan Moles with a strong take. And foul. That'll be on number 2, Malik Hassani. And that's 9 team fouls for the Bearcats. Number 3, Dylan Moles is at the line. And first free throw is good. Jayon Childress checks in for the Bearcats.
Moles has done a great job all night long of getting to his spots, whether that be the three-point line off a screen or just getting it inside. As we did a hard screen.
And Malik Hassani with a nice pass, but the three-pointer just barely misses by Daniel Harris. And Harris with a nice steal on the other end.
And a foul is going to be called. As Daniel Harris, you saw him miss it on one end, able to put that hustle in, get all the way back to the defensive side of the ball and pit off that pass.
And that foul is on Rashawn Street. And Malik Hassani will get the ball in the backcourt. And we've got 5 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter of this game. Greenfield Central on top, 38-23. And that was another turnover by the Bearcats.
Malik Hassani heads back to the bench. Coach Thompson can't be happy with him after that turnover, trying to make a run late in the fourth quarter.
And Dylan Moles with an errant pass, and Tim Arnold picks him off.
Arnold doing a good job on defense.
Daniel Harris had some pretty good defense right there, trying to get that offensive rebound. And number 14, Tyler Kirchhoff, has been having the ball in his hands quite a lot. He dishes it off. Oh, and a great pass and an even better finish by Rashawn Street.
A little bit of give and go on that play. Rashawn Street gives it off and able to cut right to the basket. Great cut, able to finish.
Yeah, and Andrew, you got to think, Central can't be happy with how their offense is playing still. They really have not been able to break that.
Absolutely not. It's been a rough performance, both offensively and defensively here in this first half. As Street puts in yet another layup, the lead back up to 17. Muncie Central, a lot of dejected faces on this near sideline to us.
Yeah, Muncie Central had a late fourth quarter comeback in the last game against Muncie Burris, but with only 4.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, down 17, that's going to be a tough task. And Brady McNabb will inbound for the Bearcats. Jayon Childress brings the ball up, dishes it off. And a good pass inside. And the and one falls. Isaiah Surf.
Central finally able to get the ball inside as it was, Antonio Gore able to catch it. And once he's catching it near that elbow line jumper, he's able to face up and find his man, Isaiah Surf, for the and one.
And the free throw falls, Isaiah Surf. Got to think they're going to be doing more of that. And taking the ball up the court. And a steal by Jayon Childress. And with the pass and the finish by Antonio Gore.
An exciting couple of plays. As here comes Muncie Central.
And the inside pass. Oh, but a foul on the shot. And that'll send Joey Rowland to the line.
You had both Antonio Gore and Isaiah Surf underneath, as they both jumped up against that shot. Thought it might have been a clean block, but Rowland is going to get to the free throw line.
And the first free throw is good by Joey Rowland.
.72% free throw shooter on the season is Rowland.
And the second falls as well. And we just passed the four minutes left mark in period 4. Got Greenfield Central up by 14. And there will be a foul called on the floor against Greenfield Central. And that'll send Brady McNabb to the line for the Bearcats.
Greenfield Central kind of letting up on the defensive side of the basketball. It's allowing Muncie Central to get back into the lane, or they can hop back in there.
And the free throw missed by Brady McNabb. Dylan Moles takes it up for Greenfield Central. And almost lost it. Aggressive defense by the Bearcats. Bearcats just hounding them right now.
Well, Drew, they need the basketball back as they trail by 14. They're any means necessary right now. Just trying not to foul, as this is also a pretty good free throw shooting team in the Cougars at 74% on the year.
Yeah, they just keep passing the ball back and forth, and that's tipped. And a foul on Antonio Gore. And we just passed the 3-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Greenfield Central leads 42-28. And that's the 10th foul on the Bearcats. It'll be double bonus. So Joey Rowland will shoot 2 free throws.
Rowland able to knock down the last 2. Now make it 3 in a row. So we sit at a 15-point game. The Bearcats still fighting though.
And that one barely rims out for Rowland. And drives inside. And that one's off by Hassan Harris. Greenfield Central trying to push it up court.
And
they're
at this
just going
point,
to slow it down.
At this point, Drew, you're right. Just slowing down the pace of the game.
And that was a quick foul by Isaiah Surf.
Yeah, if you're Greenfield Central, slow down this game. Once the clock, if you can get the clock to run out, you'd have the lead. That's what you need for the Bearcats. They are about to throw in a few substitutions.
And Dylan Knowles misses the first one. And Princeton Young, Cannon Higgs, and Woodrow Elliott all check in for the Bearcats. Bearcats pushing the ball up the floor. And that is a body foul on Greenfield Central. So it'll send Brady McNabb to the free throw line.
Brady McNabb, not his best game. Still fighting though.
And Brady McNabb shoots 64% from free throw. And the first one's good. And McNabb only averages 2.2 points a game. So he misses the second one.
Really a player more known for that defense, as he does only 1 for 2 at the free throw line.
And Greenfield Central almost loses the ball. And a nice Euro step layup put in by Adam Lester. And a timeout called by Greenfield Central. Andrew, if you were Greenfield Central, what would you be saying to your team right now?
At this point, we are slowing down the pace. Layups. You don't want to take any outside shots. You just want to dribble it out. If you are Greenfield Central, you got the big lead and hopefully a championship around the corner.
That's a great point. And the Bearcats down by 16 late in this fourth. What do you think that they should do?
At this point, it's all about what you can get from those reserves. You want to see some hustle. You want to see some heart. Obviously, you're not going to be able to come back from a 16-point deficit, 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. But at this point, you're going to see what you can get out of this basketball game. See some of the hustle, see some of that effort, and hopefully some good reps for some of those younger players.
Yeah, that's a great point. And so Muncie Central, although they were deemed the champions of Muncie, they will not end up as the City of Champions champion, most likely, trailing by 16 late in the fourth quarter. And it is 29-45. Greenfield Central leaves, 2 minutes, 9 seconds left. And McNabb takes it up the court. And drives inside, and it's tipped away. But there will be a foul called on Greenfield Central.
McNabb nearly lost it as he's driving inside, and that's where you can see you need just a little bit more work on that handle. Going back to the fundamentals. Although it was held on by Muncie Central, and they get to the free throw line.
And number 32, Cannon Higgs, makes the first one. And Cannon Higgs is a 6'6" freshman. That is an impressive build. Hopefully he'll get more playing time. And a good drive. And the shot goes and one. Cannon Higgs.
Cannon Higgs able to do what he wants. as they remain fighting. 18 seconds still by. They put up 3 points on the board.
And that was a miss from the free throw line. And Greenfield Central tries to push it up. And the layup is good, Braylon Mullins. And the Bearcats try to push it up court. Tipped by the Greenfield Central. And thrown away.
And for Woody Elliott, as he tosses it out of bounds, just a good opportunity to get some minutes at the end of this one.
And Greenfield Central just dribbling the ball around. Trying not to take any bad shots or throw the ball away.
And if you're the Bearcats, you're going to want to be aggressive. You're going to want to hustle, but that's exactly what you don't want to do. You don't want to get a foul.
And that was a quick foul on the Bearcats. And Braylon Mullins will head to the free throw line. And the first free throw, no good.
As Braylon Mullins, really a player to watch. Not yet a leader on this team, but at 6'4", a really exciting player if you're looking at the future of Greenfield Central basketball.
And with 1 minute left here in the fourth, Greenfield Central leads 48-32. And that was a turnover by the Bearcats. Braylon Mullins inbounds the ball and gets it right back. And he'll dribble the ball up.
Interesting call by Luke Meredith to keep his starters in the game. But it looks like they're going to be on the court.
And Dylan Moles gets fouled by Isaiah Surf.
And here come the substitutions.
2 shots for Dylan Moles.
And the first free throw is good. And a platoon swap here for Greenfield Central. And Xavier Cook checks in for the Bearcats. And the second free throw is good as well.
A big night for Dylan Moles as he checks out of the game for the final time.
And Xavier Cook will bring the ball up for the Bearcats. Dishes it, and a quick shot by Woodrow Elliott, misses. Offensive rebound. And Princeton Young taking the ball. And that shot barely off by Princeton Young. Greenfield Central brings the ball up half court. And Greenfield Central dribbles this game out.
And as this one ends, Greenfield Central, the 50-32 victory in the Muncie City of Champions Invitational Tournament Championship. As the Cougars come out on top. A couple of wins over South Bend Adams and finishing things off against Muncie Central. And now time to send it over to our PA announcer, Ben Smith.
To present the championship trophy for the inaugural City of Champions sponsored by our friends at Pizza King. Tonight's champion, the Greenfield Central Cougars. Congratulations to Coach Meredith and the Greenfield Central Cougars for their championship. We'd also like to have a special presentation tonight in honor of Ray McCallum, the Ray McCallum MVP Award. Ray McCallum was part of the Muncie Central back-to-back state championship teams in 1977 and 78, 78-79. He went on to star for Ball State, where he set the school's all-time scoring record with 2,109 career points. He led the Cardinals to its first MAC championship and NCAA tournament bid as a sophomore in 1981, averaging 18.4 points per game. As a senior, Ray averaged 20.7 points per game in the 82-83 season and was named the Francis Pomeroy Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame Award as the top collegiate player under 6 feet tall. He later led the Cardinals as head coach from 93 to 2000, garnering a 126-76 record before moving on to Houston and later the Detroit Titans. Tonight's Ray McCallum MVP Award goes to Greenfield Central's Dylan Moles, scoring 46 points combined, 26 in the afternoon game, 16, combined 42 points. Congratulations, Dylan. And again, congratulations to the Greenfield Central Cougars.
As they lift the final trophy, and Greenfield Central comes out on top. Drew, a really good game for Greenfield Central as they were able to have a dominant tournament and come away with this trophy.
Yeah, congrats to the winners. They really took off in the second half of this game. Their defense really hounded the Bearcats, and they're the ones that come out on top.
And the player of the game presented by Muncie Meats, you heard it, farm-to-table quality products and service for more than 60 years. It was Dylan Moles, the Greenfield Central MVP, 42 combined points in 2 games. And now time to look at some of those highlights. And finally, a huge thanks and thank you for watching from our executive producer, Grant Leff, our producer, Cameron Surdick, Charlie the Hammer Hammock, play-by-play man, Charlie Maurer, sideline, Madison Surface, Drew Hankins, and I'm Andrew Willett. Thank you so much for watching the Muncie City of Champions Invitational Tournament.